Desegregate.
Well, good. Give yourselves a hand. That was pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Well, I am certainly very glad to see all of you here today. So you all are exactly what we need. You're what we need to keep this movement going. So my name is Diane Lawson, and I am a student right here at North Carolina A&T. When I first heard what was started by my friends and classmates, I was shocked. I was shocked, surprised, frightened. I was very frightened, but I was also invigorated because I wanted to ask you, did you really do that? Is it really true what I'm seeing on television, what I'm hearing on the radio, what I read in the newspaper? See, I wanted to be involved in the movement, but I asked myself, am I strong enough? Can I really do this? So I decided to join my friends and classmates in protest. So at my first sit-in, I walked into this store not knowing if I was going to walk back out or not. But when I did, I felt so powerful, I can't even tell you how good it felt when I left that place. See, I'd had my to the mountaintop experience. So, guess what? I am here to help you all prepare to join us and figure what I felt that day. You know, I was only expecting maybe 2 or 3 new soldiers for this army that we're creating, right? But I had no idea. I had no idea that I would have this many recruits. How exciting! But you know what? I am not going to kid you, okay? I'm not going to kid you and make it seem that it's easy for me to get you all trained. But I am not complaining because you all are essential if we are to be successful. So how about it? Ready to go? That was real cute. I love what you did. We're going to try this again. Okay? Are you ready for your first sit-in? Yeah! No, you're not. No, you're not. Because, well, you just can't come in here, sit down, and order lunch and expect to change everything. You have to be prepared. You have to be motivated. But most importantly, you have to be trained. So that is what we're going to do. We are going to get you ready to stand up by sitting down. We're going to get you ready to be as strong, as powerful, and as aggressive as you've ever been and may ever be. All by being passive and non-violent. So why do we need all of this? Many of you know what happened at this lunch counter just a few short weeks ago. Anybody have an idea? Not all at once, please. What happened? Anybody want to guess? What do you think happened?
Somebody got arrested.
Something very important. Very important.
I'm sitting down.
What do you think happened? They ate lunch. Well, they tried to eat lunch. How many people tried to eat lunch? Just shoot in the dark. 4. Okay, I think I kind of gave that away. You're absolutely correct. Yes. So, why did they try to eat lunch? Like, what is wrong with this place? Anybody have an idea? Exactly. This was a segregated whites-only lunch counter. So that the 4 people who sat here, do you think they were white? No, absolutely. And they were also freshman college students right here at North Carolina A&T. And they did something shocking. What did they do? What did they do?
Sat down.
Exactly. They stayed up all night talking. That's what they did. Which isn't very shocking, I know, because we do that all the time. But what they talked about was Rosa Parks and how she ignited the Montgomery bus boycott after being arrested for refusing to give up her seat. They talked about Martin Luther King's leadership, and they especially talked about the 9 Negro students who were the first black students to go to an all-white school in Little Rock, Arkansas. They talked about what they could do. So they came into this Woolworth at about 3 in the afternoon. They browsed the store, made a few purchases, and then they came back to the lunch counter where they quietly sat down and politely asked to be served. Once refused, they continued to sit there quietly and peacefully. Not very shocking, right? Okay, because, well, for starters, it's 1960. 1960, even though the Supreme Court ruled against segregation in schools 6 years ago. You know, we still can't go into this store that claims to be everybody's store, and buy a sandwich. We can't even look at menus like these. Now let's take a look at these. When you take a closer look, you can see that banana split is 25 cents. Pretty good deal, right? You can pass these around. So it was about 4 years ago that Rosa Parks sat down at that bus in Montgomery, Alabama. But today at this Woolworth, where do we have to go? We have to go to the colored stand-up counter in the back. So these 4 young students, and you should all know their names. We have Franklin McCain, Ezell Blair, Joe McNeil, and David Richmond. See, they did what many of us would have liked to do because all my friends and classmates are sick and tired. We are all sick and tired of waiting for a change to come. When I was about 12 or 13, the Supreme Court said that we could go to school wherever we wanted. And my father said to me, he said everything, and I mean everything is going to change now. Well, that is what he said. But every day I have to walk past this Woolworth, and I know that that hasn't come true yet. So the only thing that we can do now is to do something. And these four ordinary young men, they did something very extraordinary. They went first because their bodies on the line to force a change. We needed that because sometimes you need people to have the courage to wade in there and to get something started. Now, of course, we take chances. We take chances of getting jailed, chances of getting beaten up, maybe even killed. But we may also spark something. And that's just what they did. They sparked something. So, I have a question for you. Is it okay for a lunch counter to serve one person but not serve another person just because of the way they look? No. Okay, now I'm not going to put any money on this because I am terrible at estimating numbers, but I'm going to estimate that there are at least 50 people here. Okay? Mainly because I know I put down about 50 chairs. For the most part, they are full. So including everyone else standing around, I'm going to say, well, maybe there are about 100 people here. 104. Yeah, I'm going to say that. So you mean to tell me, out of 104 people, 104, that only 5 people feel that way? Okay, well, I'll ask again because I understand. They come off as kind of timid and soft-spoken, so I'll ask the question again. Do you think it's okay for a lunch counter to serve one person but not serve another person just because of the way they look? No! Well, okay, I can buy that. I'll buy that. So let's see. How do we solve this problem? How do we fix it? We have a lunch counter for whites over here and then a lunch counter for blacks over here. Now, that solves the problem, right?
No.
Okay, why? Why can't we do that?
Didn't you say
everybody should be equal? Yes. We can be equal and still be separate, right?
And didn't you say it was stand up for blacks only?
Yeah, but okay, you're right. So let's make the lunch counters the same. Let's just say I can guarantee that you'll have the same amount of fries in your plate, salt in your salt and pepper shaker, the same size burger, the same size bun, the same amount of sesame seeds on the bun, and the waiters will be twins. It'll just be separate but equal.
No.
Okay, why? I mean, everything. Because it's segregated. Why? Yes, it is. But what is wrong with it?
Because people are people.
Because people are people. Yeah, we can still be people and be separate.
The Supreme Court says separate but equal isn't okay.
Yeah, separate but equal is inherently unequal. Okay, you're right, but you're forgetting we're in 1960. This is 1960 right here at this very moment. And here in 1960, it is perfectly okay. It is not against the law to separate people who are a different skin color. So the law says it's okay to treat people that way. Why do you say it's not okay?
It's
Exactly. So, let's have all the black people on this side, all the white people on this side. Let's go.